Good afternoon. Welcome to the January 13th, 2025 meeting of the Sacramento Regional Transit Board of Directors. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Director Burr.
Present.
Director Budge.
Here.
Director Dickinson is absent. Director Hume.
Here.
Director Jennings.
Here.
Director Kozowski.
Here.
Director Maple.
Here.
Director Schaefer.
Here.
Director Cerna.
Here.
Director Singh Allen.
Here.
And Chair Kennedy.
Here.
With that, we have a quorum of 10 votes, and this meeting of the Sacramento Regional Transit District is recorded with closed captioning. The recording will be cablecast on Metro Cable Channel 14, the local government affairs channel on the Comcast and DirecTV UVerse cable systems. The recording will also be video streamed at metro14live.saccounty.gov. Today's meeting replays Wednesday, January 15th at 2 p.m. and Friday, January 17th at 2 p.m. on Metro Cable Channel 14. Once posted, the recording of this meeting can be viewed on demand at youtube.com/Metro Cable 14. Members of the audience wishing to address the board should fill out a speaker card located at the rear of the room and will provide it to myself or Adam. Once the item has been called, additional speaker cards will not be accepted. The time allowed for public comment is at the chair's discretion. The timer will chime when you have 20 seconds and then again when your time is up. There was one written public comment provided to the board on item 3.0 from Michael Bevins regarding providing regional coverage and revenue.
Thank you very much. Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item, please, Madam Clerk.
And for the record, Director Dickinson just arrived.
Welcome, Director Dickinson.
The next item, consent calendar, items 2.1.
All right. Do we have any member of the public that, or any member of the board that wants to discuss anything on consent? Nope. Any member of the public? Hearing and seeing none. Is there a motion?
Motion.
All right. We have a motion by the Vice Chair, second by Director Maple. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Next item, please.
The next item, number 3, public addresses the board on matters not on the agenda.
We have Dan Ellison first.
Good afternoon, board members.
Afternoon.
Dan Allison, representing Sacramento Transit Advocates and Riders. Being nothing of particular policy implication on the agenda, it's a good time to bring up some other things. One is the low floor ramp deployment continues to have problems. On a recent trip, I observed 2 problems. One is a ramp deployed but didn't come all the way to the ground, so the wheelchair user couldn't get on. I jumped on the ramp. It went to the ground. The wheelchair user got on. Second, I observed a wheelchair user from the outside trying to get on, push the button, didn't work. People inside pushed the button, didn't work. We're continuing to have problems with ramps on the low floor cars. And if you're hearing otherwise, you're not hearing correctly. There are continuing problems. The other thing is low frequency routes. There are 2 routes in the system, Route 11 and Route 13, that are low frequency. They're roughly 45 minutes. And what do those 2 routes have in common? They serve North and South Natomas, which are essentially transit deserts in the county. SAC-RT is considering spending over $1 billion to have light rail go to Natomas and the airport, but it can't seem to come up with enough funds to operate the 2 buses that serve that area. In the 2019 SAC-RT Forward revision, STAR was a strong advocate for eliminating all 1 hour and 45-minute routes, and the 1 hours were eliminated or modified. But the 2 remaining routes are 11 and 13. STAR feels that it's now time to correct that oversight and make those routes be 30-minute frequency so that the entire system is 30 minutes and the areas served by SAC-RT understanding. There's some areas not served, are served by at least moderate frequency buses. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Jeffrey Dartagia.
We'll see if this works.
We can hear you.
Yeah, I think it'll work through there. This is public comment. Yes, I just came on the 405 light rail low floor train. It was full. That means electric wheelchair, carts, bikes, scooters, and full standing room only. And that's at this hour. I'm hoping that you guys will get a routine in because it does not have the capacity, unlike the old low floor trains or high platform trains, of having a time set for when the high platform trains are in there to accommodate the number of people, because the low floor trains do not at this point accommodate enough people. And here you are right now for the next 2 hours where you are going to be having standing room only, and you're going to have people having problems. As I've turned around and let operations know, had a problem where of trying to get, should we say, out. And again, I was able to control it getting out, but person on the outside was trying, and it was frustrated trying to push the other button to get the doors to open, not realizing that I had control over it and was getting the ramp to deploy. What also is a feature of the factor of, and this is on your buses right now and on your light rail stations. Please, I've asked 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, whatever, is how many of your fare boxes and how many of your Connect cards are not working? Is there one per station? I would appreciate an understanding of, I know it's vandalism is occurring, and I know, we've had September and it's supposed to be January, the new system working out, but once again, get Casey in here and explain what's going on for the accommodate that. And now I'll stop with public comment on this.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Appreciate it. That takes us to our next item.
Next item, new business 4.1, motion for the chair and vice chair for the Sacramento Regional Transit Board of Directors for 2025. On December 9th, 2024, the SAC-RT Board of Directors adopted an intent motion to nominate Vice Chair Rick Jennings as chair and Director Bobby Singh Allen as vice chair of the SAC-RT Board of Directors for calendar year 2025. And at this time, the board is being asked to formally nominate and elect the chair and vice chair, which will be effective tomorrow.
And the chair will make the motion for Vice Chair Jennings to be chair and Director Singh Allen to be vice chair. Mr. Hume.
I will second that codification.
Okay. We do have one. Is there any other comment on it from the board? We do have one public comment. Jeffrey Tartagia.
This is one directed actually to you, Rick. Right now, Globe is supposed to be going into construction. Will you please find out exactly what is going to be constructed looking like? And are they going to be having security bars or whatever to put up there, and where it matches up to the sidewalk, particularly for your dog and particularly for your other thing of how you get, because the problem has been repeatedly is that a number of these stations are built and you have problems with them. I know Eugene and I have both requested that you need to get at least 2 3D printers in there so you see what's not going on at Dos Rios, because the plans that were presented to MAC, just like at 65th Street, are not what was done and installed. You have now where you've done Swanson, you've done, I believe, also the I-80, you've got light rail bridges going on for a while, bus bridges going on for a while, and I do not know and haven't heard the answer about the Roseville project of whether those things are totally connected with the new 8 inches plus in there. That's my comment on this, and since, Rick, you have something that's right there, you're going to see what's going on in the way of construction and how the bus bridges take place to get around from, I believe, Al-Qaeda Flats up to Marconi. But again, very little explanation in public, and I will bring it up at the MAC as well again. Thank you.
That is one scary neighborhood. Is there any other member of the board that would like to address this item? Okay. We have, next is, I'm sorry. Do we have a motion and a second on the floor? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? All right, that takes us to item number 5, reports, ideas, questions from directors and communications. Any member of the board? Yes, sir.
Just one quick thing. There's an excellent chance that one of my colleagues is going to take over this board seat when we meet for my city council meeting in Folsom tomorrow. I just wanted to thank everybody for having had the chance to be part of this and get to know some of you that are on the board a lot better. And for Jeffrey and Coco and Dan and everybody that's helped educate me on what the needs are of the system and the riders. So I really appreciate all of that. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to continue in my service in the city of Folsom and on SACOG and other places, and we'll be available to all of you anytime. So that's it. Yeah, and I have very capable colleagues on my city council, so you're going to get somebody good.
Thank you, Director, and we really appreciate all your engagement. Since you've been a member, you've been very participatory and contributed quite a bit. Thank you for being here.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to say that I hold here in my hand a Mexico City Metro card that I use to ride the bus, the Metro, and the cable bus, which is gondolas that they use as public transportation, not only for people to get to and from work, job, and et cetera, but they also have lines of people waiting to take it as just a form of entertainment. And so I'm going to give this to the general manager, so I'd like to see on his Form 700. This card is worth 15 pesos, and there may be most of one fare left on this card.
Thank you. Director Budge.
That's wonderful. Declaring 15 pesos how does that relate to $50?
Less than $1.
So the most important transportation-related thing that happened in Rancho Cordova was Friday morning, when you may have seen on KCRA that we opened a through connection from Sunrise to Grant Line via Crescenti. And it facilitates not only people moving throughout the community, but of course, public services, emergency services. It's a really great advantage, and we hope that one day there might be a bus there. So, thank you.
Thank you, Director. Any others? Okay, would the clerk please read the closed session item into the record?
Okay, closed session item 9.1, conference with legal counsel pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D, anticipated litigation for one or more cases.
Okay, then we will recess to closed session here. We'll thank the public for being here and ask you to kindly vacate the premises, and we'll turn off the microphones. In the meantime, we will not have anything to report out, so when it's over with, I'll just come in and everybody can go. I'll just come in and close out the meeting. So we'll recess to closed session.